this isn't nearly as horrible as some of the other stories. It was just really awkward and frustrating due to the way it was run. My regular gaming group decided to have a session where we played our real-life selves but transported into a fantasy world, Quantum Leap style. Each of us had to choose ability scores freely to represent what we thought was the most accurate, as well as assigning skill points, 3.5 edition, based on real-life skills. Then the DM would randomly assign a character class to each of us, so we'd end up as some kind of fish out of water, not necessarily the most well-prepared for our new roles. In theory, it sounded like a lot of fun, in a what-if sense. In practice, it was an exercise in railroading and judgment. Here's where it went wrong. After choosing ability scores and skill points, each player had to defend their choices in a group discussion. One by one, we read off our ability scores to allow the group to pass judgment on them. Here's a few snippets of that conversation from this group. The Marine told the chef, "You're completely out of shape. Your con can't be higher than a 9. No way." The Something Awful Goon told the Marine, "No dude, no way you have 14 charisma. You back down every time there's a conflict." The Marine backed down from this conflict. Some guy told some other guy, 16 intelligence? No way. You're like a 12 at most, but your wisdom should be higher because you're street smart. You get the idea. I ended up choosing pretty modest scores based on what I figured they all thought of me. Low physical stats with high int and okay whiz. I escaped with little comment, but I know for a fact that there were some very bruised egos that night. So when we finally got assigned our classes, I ended up drawing Paladin, back when they were held to a higher than lawful good standard. The Marine, who normally played Paladin exclusively and had a personal love of Arthurian legends, took umbrage. He was visibly upset about this. Fast forward through some filler, our group gets over the shock of waking up in D&D hero bodies and makes it through some minor rando encounters. Some villagers tell us about a great dragon that's been attacking them and stealing livestock, demanding sacrifices, the usual. Finally, we're at the entrance to the dragon's cave. I speak to the rogue, played by the goon. "Rogue, you should sneak in and scope it out." The DM interrupts me. "You kinda have a tingling sense that this is sort of familiar to you." I change my tone and instead go with, "Okay, never mind. I think I remember this place." The DM interrupts again. "No, it's more like, you know this is your thing." The Marine, who wishes he was a paladin, scoffs. I hear him mutter something under his breath that seems to imply I don't know how to play a paladin. Getting frustrated now, I ignore him and respond to the DM. "Alright, so I'm in charge, rogue, and I'm going to take the lead," and the DM interrupts again. "No, not like that. It's like you understand what's going on here," and this time I interrupt. "DM, just tell me what you want my character to say." What does he say? Apparently, my character was supposed to say, "Guys, I know I've been in this world for a short time, but my character's memories are coming back. Being a paladin, handling dragons are my specialty. I'll go in first since I'm the most familiar with this task." Finally, the DM is satisfied. We enter the cave and realize this dragon is far too powerful for us to handle. The DM gives me the next bit of advice, which I'm taking to be a script at this point. "You recall another fragment of your character's memory. Paladins are an ancient order of dragon handlers, not slayers. They keep the dragons in check by bargaining with them." I sigh. "Okay, group, I'm going to go bargain with the dragon. The DM sets the scene. The dragon glares at you and asks,
"Who dares to tread in my lair?"
Okay, I raise my sword to threaten to kill the dragon, hoping to intimidate it. The Marine chuckles. The DM corrects me. The dragon isn't fooled, but you remember your holy symbol. It burns warmly at your chest. I briefly contemplate joining a theater troupe instead, and then begrudgingly go along with the plot. I hold up my holy symbol and say, "Dragon, I banish you to leave this village alone."
"Very well, mortal. I shall sleep and leave them in peace for 100 years.
We sort of triumphantly return to the village. "You're all alive! Have you slain the dragon?"
"We've ensured your safety. The dragon will leave you alone for 100 years.
The DM describes the visible disappointment on the villagers' faces. The Marine face palms. "Dude, just because you're a paladin doesn't mean you have to tell them everything." "No, I'm lawful good. Honor matters, and I'm not going to lie to them." "It's not lying. You know what? You just don't know how to play paladin." "Forget you. I'm playing a paladin, and this is how I play it. Deal with it." True to form, he backed down from the conflict. In theory, this game should be interesting and fun, but the group just didn't seem like the best fit. Defending your ability scores sounds like a bit much. Maybe coming up with the score together would make it less combative. The DM definitely seemed a bit railroady, and definitely didn't seem to make the encounter with the dragon matter much at all. Granted, this is probably just a small snippet of the session, but to expect players to know information in a fish out of water situation makes no sense. An entertaining tale nonetheless. What do you all think about this situation?